Really excited to make this video today. It's been a little bit, it's been about a week since I made a video, so it's kind of hard getting back into the flow of things, but um, basically like my favorite stock right now, I want to call out because it really came down to a good price point for everybody to pick up if they haven't already. So jumping right into the video, not wasting any time at all, this stock that I think has a really good chance to move up in the future is TNXP. What is TNXP? TNXP is short for Tonix Pharmaceuticals. What is Tonix Pharmaceuticals? Basically a company who works on, at first they were working on a fibromyalgia cure or treatment per se, and now they've kind of like stuck their hands into COVID and stuff since that happened. And they've been showing their their cash on hand, and it's looking really well. Volume on the stock looks pretty good, and I don't hear much about it yet, but I feel like it's one of those ones that are low key gonna pop off like Intera Bio. If you don't remember Intera Bio, the thing was at like $2 a share, and then next day it spiked at like 15. Me and my buddy were actually looking at buying that like 2 or 3 days before it spiked 500%. So that one hurt a little bit. But keeping our eye on the prize, Tonix Pharmaceuticals, we're going to look at this chart, jump right into it. I'm going to show you guys where it's at today. Very cheap penny stock. They have been under $1 for maybe not even a month yet. Maybe been like 3 weeks. They've been under $1. So some people were worried, saying that, oh, they're going to get delisted, but that obviously takes a really long time to delist a stock. Or some people were worried about a reverse split because that would also be bad for shareholders. But I'm not really worried about either of those. I think this thing's going to pop back up soon. Looking at Bio as a whole, Bio is down right now. That's why I'm not worried. It's just like another stock. It just goes right off the shoulder, man. I'm not even paying attention to where the stock price is because I know the potential of the stock. Tonix Pharmaceuticals, TNXP. We're going right for my article that I have pulled up, and we'll look at the chart first. Boom. There's the article, but let's look at the chart. This is basically what I wanted to show y'all. Just a chart on Google. It's at 62 cents a share right now. Support for this, I had marked up around 58 cents, where it bounced off a couple of times within the last year. This thing has been to $2 a share, kind of like the highest it's been to. If you look at the 5-year, don't pay attention to where the stock price was. It was extremely expensive. It was like, $400, $700 a share or something like that. They reverse split all the way down to where they were at now, and they've been a penny stock for just over a year, I would say. Maybe more than a year. Let's see. We'll say since like the end of 2019, they've made their way into the penny stocks, and it's been flat ever since then. Definitely looking for a big spike soon. They're going to release some news. I know they are. October is a big month for this stock, is what I've been hearing, and they're supposed to release some news about their trials. Touching on what are their trials, they have a lot going on, but I'm going to focus on the two main ones. So before we even focus on that, 62 cents a share is a steal for this stock. I've seen it, jump up and down, up and down, up and down. So there's potential for, short selling opportunities. I hold because that's my choice, but I don't have anything against short sellers. If you're making money in the market, I'm happy for you. There's no point in bashing somebody because they're short selling. If they know what they're doing and are consistently making money, then that's great. Keep doing you. But me, I bought this thing at 90 cents around there, I believe. No. I bought it at I was at 106 an average cost. So I bought this thing at $1.06. Obviously down right now, but when it took these dips down back into the pennies, man, I scooped up most of my shares. So I brought my average cost down, I think around 92 cents a share. Not bad, worth 28 cents away from breaking even or potentially being in profit. But I could definitely see this thing going far beyond my average cost, and I have complete faith in this stock. Mentioning that I'm not a financial advisor, this is my educated opinion on this stock and where I think it's going to go. So, this is your risk, your money. I would advise going light on this stock. Don't throw all your eggs in this basket. Treat it with respect, and this is just my opinion, and I think that this stock could potentially go up in the future. I'm not really sure whether this could be a long-term hold or a short-term hold. It just depends on the company, when they release their information, if they could possibly get bought out. I don't know. Another good thing to touch on before we jump into what their trials are about is Tonix just picked up another facility, actually in the same state that I live in, Maryland. They just picked up another facility, which is pretty large, that they're going to start doing more testing at. When a company picks up live facilities like that, it's actually a pretty good sign that they're kind of increasing their infrastructure and adding more assets to the company, which will increase the worth of the company. So that's really good news. When I heard that, I was really happy about that. And I think they have a couple facilities, but that was just the one that I heard about most recently. The potential for this stock to get bought out by another company is there. Like I said, anything can happen. I know that if they make something that's decent with COVID and actually works, maybe even close to being better than other companies right now, like you have Pfizer, Moderna. I don't know about Johnson & Johnson. That would be sort of out the picture, I want to say, because everyone's kind of freaked out about that one. But Pfizer, I want to say that's the number one, vaccine to get if you were to get one. So they have money. Pfizer has money if you look at the share price of Pfizer. If they are a competitor, right? If Tonix is a competitor and they release their COVID, vaccine or T-cell immunity vaccine, and it is a potential competitor to Pfizer, just like having a monopoly on a market, this vaccine is kind of a market now because we have companies who are trying to compete to have the best vaccine out there. Pfizer would, I'm 90% sure they would want to eliminate the competition and buy them out. Whether Tonix wants to do that or not, I don't know. That would be great for us because being a shareholder and getting bought out by a wealthy company is always good news. That stock price would soar. So we would like to see that. That is another potential thing that could happen with this company that I'd love to see. So jumping right into the article, not really an article, but it's a trial of what they're doing. This is the main thing that Tonix was working on before COVID, pre-COVID. They still had their stuff together, and they were trying to come out with a cure or a treatment for fibromyalgia, and that is Tonix 102. So reading a little bit of this, it just talks about how they're a company developing therapies for challenging disorders of the central nervous system, including fibromyalgia syndrome. Okay, so in TNX 102, just a little bit of information about what fibromyalgia is and how it's being treated, and like what Tonix is going for when they're doing these trials, because understanding our stock is way more important than just putting our money in it and hoping it goes up. So I already did this months back. I've been holding this stock for about 8 months, way before I made a YouTube channel, and now all of a sudden I'm like, all right, this thing dipped, and this is a very good opportunity for a potential buy. So this last paragraph I feel like explains it the best. FM fibromyalgia is a common and complex central nervous system condition characterized by chronic diffuse musculoskeletal pain, increased pain, sensitivity at tender points, fatigue, abnormal pain processing, and disturbed sleep. So in a nutshell, if you have fibromyalgia, it kind of like shuts down your central nervous system a little bit, but it also creates like extreme muscular pain. I've heard it's like a really bad, disease to have or condition to have. It shuts down, your central nervous system, and basically like, so basically it shuts down like your central nervous system and makes your muscles like really sore. Just has aching pain also that comes with it. You have tenderness, fatigue, sometimes depression, and the symptoms correlate with like increased nights of like and what their trial is doing right now is making improvements on like increased nights of sleep that the patients are having. So basically, like, they've already said that since they started their trial, like, the drug that they've been using, what's this drug called? Let me actually say it. I just saw it in here. It's the cyclobenzapine or benzaprine, and it's been helping fibromyalgia patients sleep a lot better. So that's like really good news because I mean I feel like their pain, the way they're explaining it is the pain mostly comes on like at nighttime, or they notice it more maybe at nighttime, maybe because they're not moving around, or stuff like that. But in a nutshell, in this last paragraph, it explains how you can have muscular difficulties when it comes to going to bed at night. You have like tenderness around certain areas, just aching pain, fatigue, sometimes depression. But mostly what Tonix has been going for in their trial is helping their patients sleep better with their medicine. I don't really know how to say it, but I'll highlight it down here. There we go. That is their medicine that they've been working on. Sorry about that. That's their medicine they've been working on right there. That's the name of it. And basically, it's just been helping these guys. But in a nutshell, this last paragraph basically explains how if you have fibromyalgia, you have increased pain and tenderness in certain areas, a lot of muscular pain, a lot of fatigue, depression, and a lot of these symptoms are demonstrated when the patient is trying to sleep at night. So the last paragraph kind of, signifies, but the last paragraph kind of, puts together how they have better sleep since the trial has started. This is phase 2A trial that Tonix started, and the drug I highlighted in the bottom corner is what they've been using, and it's been helping their patients sleep a lot better, so they said. So that's really good news, that they're in a phase 2A trial. I believe that they're supposed to come out with results in October, so expecting the results to be really good and saying that patients, are getting, good results from the medicine will ultimately drive that share price up. Looking at what they're recently working on, I have it on my phone, so I'm just going to read it off to you guys and explain it. And this is an article from StockTwits, which I use on the regular. It's like a big chat room, and they also have news and articles from reliable websites. This one's from globenewswire.com, and the name of their other trial going on is TNX 1800. It's a live virus vaccine designed to elicit durable T-cell immunity. I'm not really a doctor, so I don't know much about T-cell immunity, but I know it has to do with, I believe, like working with the transmission of the virus of COVID-19. So it says TNX 1800 is a modified version of Dr. Edward Jenner's vaccine that eradicated smallpox, engineered to express SARS and COVID-2 spike protein. SARS is something found in the virus, I believe. In animal testing, TNX 1800 protected upper and lower airways after challenge with SARS-CoV-2, suggesting an ability to block forward transmission. So that's really good, because the problem that they're having with the vaccines right now is you won't have any symptoms. You may be protected from getting severe symptoms if you have COVID. You can still test positive for COVID, but you can also transmit COVID to maybe somebody who is not vaccinated, and that's the problem we're having. The transmissions of the disease are going to keep going around. Who knows whether the variants will be stronger and knock out our vaccine that we have, and then make the vaccine, incapable of protecting us anymore. That's basically what's going on, and what, we're trying to get out the way of, our worries, because we need to move on as an economy from this, but it's very hard right now when stuff keeps getting in our way over and over again since March of 2020. So, phase 1 trial of TNX 1800 for the prevention of COVID-19 expected to start in the first half of 2022. That's very good news. These guys aren't rushing it. Pfizer has their stuff going on, Moderna has their stuff going on. They're releasing vaccines. Maybe that'll help short period of time, but Tonix is thinking long period of time, and that's really what we need to think about, and this could be very good news for the future. So Tonix believes the written response provides a path to agreements of the design of phase 1 study and the overall clinical development plan to qualify TNX 1800 as a vaccine to prevent COVID-19. Based on the response, the company expects to begin a phase 1 study in the first half of 2022. We mentioned that. We mentioned how it's a live virus vaccine just like the others. And if you need to look up the CEO of the company, his name would be Seth Lederman. I'm pretty familiar with him by now because I see a lot of stuff that he releases and I follow him pretty close. So in a nutshell, that is TNX 1800, another important project that Tonix Pharmaceuticals is working on. For the price it is right now, this thing could explode. If we have, good news or even release, something that the FDA could approve, that would be huge. So with the potential of this stock, I had to put it out there and give everybody a chance. So I hope everybody sees this video because I have not found one video on YouTube that properly describes what is going on with TNXP. It's not the most popular stock. I've seen volume get up to like 15 million the other day. That's pretty good. It's higher than most stocks, but it's not the highest. Some days, we'll float around 1 million, 2 million. It just really depends on the day. But I had to put it out there, and I'm really happy to get this video done. But that's basically going to wrap it up for the end of this video. Like and subscribe to the channel if you guys are prepared for some more content. I want to be releasing, weekly videos on some stocks that I have certain opinions on, and hopefully get my point across very well. Put it in the comment section if you like the video, and turn the notifications on because every time I post, you want to be able to see the video right away. Thanks so much, and I will see you guys next video.